Every 4 years, approximately, a Bitcoin halving occurs. It means the new supply of Bitcoin entering the market is halved. It's similar to half of the amount of gold being found every 4 years. Bitcoin has a fixed amount, a fixed supply, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin that can ever exist. More can't be printed in the same way that money is, and as demand increases and new supply decreases, the price should go up. Currently, 18.5 million Bitcoin have been mined. 3 million have been lost by users forgetting passwords, and there are approximately 2.5 million Bitcoin left to be mined. This is one of the first cycles of Bitcoin, where we first started off at 1 cent, went to $32. This was in 2011, and the Bitcoin halving occurred towards the end of 2012, and after that happened, it took a little bit until we broke the all-time high next in the year after, 2013 in February, and then we shot off and we went quite high past 100, but I'll go into that more in another slide. The second cycle saw us obviously from that 32 US dollars for one Bitcoin to $1,200 US dollars for one Bitcoin towards the end of 2013. Again, it had a decrease, sideways action, and the Bitcoin halving happened again 2016, August 2016. After that, it took a little bit longer, it broke the all-time high a year later, or 6 months after, 2017 in April, and then we took off once again. The next cycle took us, or that original cycle, took us to 20,000 at the end of 2017, crashed down again, went sideways, had the Bitcoin halving, which has just happened this year, 11th of May, and as long as the virus doesn't take over again and the stock market doesn't crash, we should break the all-time high sometime in 2021 and then take off again. So the first cycle from $32 went all the way up to $1,200, and this is approximately a 37.5x, which is 3750% gains. And you can see how high we did go once we did break this all-time high. You can see the halving and how high or how long it took after the halving, which is approximately 1 year to get to these levels. The next cycle took us from $1,200 after the halving, took off all the way up to 20,000 US dollars for one Bitcoin, which was a 16.7x, 1670% gain. And you can see after we broke the all-time high, it took maybe about 8-9 months to reach the peak, or about 15-16 months after the halving occurred. So if we look at the current cycle, there's a 20,000 for one Bitcoin. We had the crash, gone sideways, we've just had the halving, and sometime in 2021, hopefully we will break this all-time high and take off to approximately 160,000 US for one Bitcoin. This is based on an 8x gain, 800% gain. Considering we're halving the amount, this one was 16x, this one was 37, so approximately halving the gains each cycle will take us to 160,000 per Bitcoin, and that's from this peak. So So if we take it from where we are now, which is approximately 10,000, this would be a 16x and 1600% gains. I'm expecting this 160,000 to be reached towards the end of 2021, maybe early 2022. So to put it all together, this graph is the entire history of Bitcoin. It's on a logarithmic scale, otherwise it's impossible to see these peaks in a relative way. So this scale is just, it sort of skews the price data so you can fit it all in one chart. You can see we started at 1 cent back in 2009, and then pretty much around 2011 we started taking off. See where the halving occurs and the run up after. Second halving, run up, and now we've just passed this third halving. So it doesn't seem out of the question to get to the 160,000 if this cycle continues. To see the gains that we've had, this one's a bit cut off. From the initial run up from 1 cent to $32, we had about a 32,000% gain. Always after we hit the peak we have a big drop. This is a 90% drop, and then from there to the peak again, it's 53,000% gain, 85% drop, 11,000% gain, 85% drop, and if we obviously these are getting reduced, so if we have a 5,000% gain, it'll be around this 160,000 mark. So this graph just shows you how long it took from peak to peak. So the first one from 2011 to 2013 was 900 days. The second one was around 1,500 days from peak to peak. And the third one, if it is about 1,500 days, will be just before 2022. But if we think that this is getting longer and longer, then maybe it'll be 2,000 days, so maybe 2023. But I think with the halving every 4 years, it's reasonable to expect that these will be similar. This one was a lot shorter. Obviously Bitcoin was at 1 cent. It was only just starting off, and it was easier to go up. Less amount of money could move it up, so the cycle was shorter. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.